What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Jeff, and today I'm here to give you guys quite the honest review on the OnePlus 6T, how it has been stacking up for the last 3 to 4 months I have been using this device. And I think this is quite the best time to review this device as the OnePlus 7 and 7 Pro has just been recently released into the market. So which phone should you be spending your money on? The OnePlus 6T, which is quite a phenomenal phone, the OnePlus 6 is also an option, the OnePlus 7 or the 7 Pro. Let's roll the intro. So, what makes a phone a good phone? We can talk about the price, the software, the battery life, the camera, how fast it charges, and a bunch of software features. The OnePlus 6T definitely offers all that for the package it comes for. It is approximately 549 bucks at a starting price, and for that you get 6 gigabytes of RAM with 128 base storage, which is quite the best thing you can get for the market. Other people are selling this at the same price with less base storage price, and so this is quite a good thing to have at hand. So starting at 549 starting price is packaging some of the best flagship specs, Snapdragon 845. I know 855 is out right now, but 845 is still quite the champ. It is performing and it is doing wonders. You're gonna see that in just a minute. It comes straight out of a box with Android 9.0 Pie, one of the best, one of the latest, one of the greatest. Quite dope. Really still competing with other flagships such as the S10e, the actual S10 Plus, which also all of them ships with 9.0 out of the box as well. Uh, Going straight to the OS, you have Oxygen OS, which gives you fast updates, great optimization with that. It's quite responsive, and it's very close, very, very close to stock Android. Very minimal bloatware, if any at all. So it is quite impressive to see. As you can see here, everything runs really smooth on Oxygen OS. I currently have the dark theme on, so you can see that's quite great. Something we're going to talk about in just a moment as well. So great stuff to have on this device, you bet. There's also the display. If we talk about that, we have 1080p. Not the same songs in the iPhones of the game, but it's definitely decent. More than decent, I should say. It definitely we get more what you're paying for. You definitely are gonna be satisfied. It gets quite bright during the day. You're not gonna be squinting your eyes outside when it's bright and the sun is out. You're gonna see whatever you want to see. So that's also a good thing. But it's not the brightest. It's not the brightest display out there. It's awesome, and I think you're definitely be getting your money worth it. So moving on straight to battery life, it is a 3,700 milliamp battery. It has fast charging with 5 volts. It is pretty decent. Decent is such an understatement. Kill myself. It is pretty dope. It charges in less than 40 minutes, right? Going from 0 to 90 something. It goes a little bit slow when it hits the 90s, but in 40 minutes you definitely go from 0 to 90. So that is a great thing. And the battery life is also incredible. I cannot stretch that enough. I use my phone quite heavily because I spent money on it. It has to be worth my while. If you're like me, give a thumbs up in the comment section. So yeah, I do use my phone quite heavily. It's quite ridiculous. But the battery life always proved to be great. It is quite the best thing to pay for. I go through the whole day without a doubt. It's pretty cool. 6 to 7 hours sometimes. So that is obviously dope. And just like I said, with the fast charging, when the battery goes ooh on you during some time of the day, you don't have to worry. Plug it in for 10 or 20 minutes and you'll be good for the rest of the day. So as you can see, you're still competitive with other flagships. It has the in-screen under display fingerprint scanner, which you can see right here. Not the best. Sometimes for accuracy, you have to like press down really hard on it. But if you just lay your hands over it, it works fine sometimes. Other times it doesn't work, especially when you have stuff over your fingers. Can't really go around reading it. And when it's in the nighttime, it shines this white light on your face, which, can blind you sometimes. But we're not going to talk about that because other flagships are not even doing that, right? Apple Apple, Apple. So, yep, obviously the fingerprint does get its job done, but if that's not your move, you can definitely use the face unlock as a second option, which is definitely great as well. So there's some other pretty competitive flagship killer stuff in this phone that you should definitely consider adding to your being a motivation for you to buy this one if you're not already considering it, and that is of course the alert slider and some other cool major stuff such as gestures that I'm going to show you guys in a minute. But you do have the alert slider right here, which goes from ring, vibrate to silent. You can do this while it's in your pocket, and it's quite the best thing to have at hand when you're not trying to get disturbed or look at your phone to operate it in any ways. Just going from silent to vibrate to the feeling of just even sliding that with that texture and that alert slider is even the best. I do it for fun. So yeah, that is one thing that you guys should definitely consider. Apple has that on their phone, so that's good, I suppose. Here's also a gesture thing that you can do when the screen is off. This is not an always on display, but it shows up. You can set it in the settings where it will turn on when you get a notification, so that's also good. You can see the AMOLED display doing its job. Also great for the price that you're getting an AMOLED display. 549 bucks. $10. It's not doing that for you. But we are not going to talk about that. Anyways, what I was going to show you guys is this gesture when the screen is off, so you have the option to draw letters and it's going to open whatever you set it to. So whatever this letter is accustomed to, that's what it's going to open. So I have the letter M for music, and so I draw that, I put my fingerprint in, and it's going to open my music app. So quite handy when you are trying to do something right on the go. As well, you can double tap on the camera button and it's going to open the, you can double tap on the power button and it's going to open the camera app. I think quite a lot of phones have that. You have the options for some other major stuff in the settings as well. One of them include parallel apps where you have the option to create or doppelganger. I never knew how to pronounce that word. Doppelganger, an app. Basically make a twin of it, and you can use different accounts if you so wish. So as you can see, I have two WhatsApp apps right here. I have, oh, thought I used to have two Snapchat apps, but oops, spoke too soon, huh? You get the point. You have the option to do that right in the settings. You go here in settings, you go into your utilities, and it will be right here, parallel apps, so you can just turn them on. The system have to support it though, so that's quite um, uh, maybe a restriction if you will call it, but it does support all the social media apps, so that shouldn't be a thing. You have the option for quick launch with your fingerprint where you turn it on. It's in the settings. I don't have mine turned on, but if you turn it on and you hold on a fingerprint for just a second longer, it will open a quick little toggle where you can switch in between your favorite app and whatever you want to do with it. That's totally customizable. So back to the real topic. Is this phone worth your time in 2019? Is this phone worth your buck in 2019? We're talking about the S10 Pros. We're talking about the OnePlus 7, the OnePlus 7 Pro that just rolled out from the same company. Why should you spend the extra 200 bucks and buy the 7 Pro? Or if you actually do have the 6C already, should you consider upgrading to the 7 Pro? My answer is the 7 Pro is quite the decent phone. Looking at all the upgrades, I'm not gonna bad talk it. But if you do have this phone, or if you don't have the extra money to push you and go buy that 7 Pro, this is still an absolute banger to consider buying. This is still the GOAT. I've been using this phone for well over 4 months and it still performs. It's just astonishing, mate. You can't just go wrong with this device. It's perfect. I don't know. The only bad thing you can say, if it is a bad thing, is probably the camera. But what can you say about that if you have the Google camera, right? You already have a Google camera that is quite the beast as well with it. So I don't see anything wrong with this phone at all. If you're not considering it, you just probably watching a lot of wrong YouTube videos. this is probably the best YouTube video you've ever seen. Quite the honest review. So if you do want this device, from one broke guy to another broke guy, you should definitely consider buying this option, because if you're watching this video, we probably think alike. So go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Go ahead and head onto the OnePlus website, Amazon, eBay, whatever you wanted to buy it on, and get the OnePlus 6T, because it will be worth your while. Thanks for watching. Peace.
I will lift up my eyes unto the hills,